But what's mad is I've seen you both fight in UFC London. So that's why I was so invested to got to go and watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Enjoy it because the atmosphere is like no other. It's in England, in London. Enjoy it. Okay guys, welcome back, and today we have a good episode. We have the good, the bad and the ugly. Myself, Lonnie Kavanagh and Brad Pickett obviously have all fought at the O2 in London. Sorry, Lonnie's actually making his UFC O2 debut. So today we're going to discuss amongst us our experiences and what Lonnie's got to expect.
Who let this guy do the intro?
It was terrible, honestly.
That's pretty good, I thought.
No. But obviously, guys, I'm the real deal here. I'm the main man. But yeah, so obviously we're gonna be chatting about. I've fought in London many times.
How many times?
That's actually quite a good one. In the UFC, I've fought 3 or 4. I think this is your 3rd or 4th.
I had the one that pulled out obviously the day before. This will be, I think, my 4th. Oh, I don't even know.
In London?
Hold on.
In London O2, yeah.
This will be my 4th. I fought Jose Quinones, I fought Charles Rosa, and I fought Andre Fili. And then obviously I had the Lerone Murphy fight booked, and then that fell through, and I had the other one, which the guy pulled out the night before because he was ill. Yeah. He had jet lag.
My 3 was, my first one was Neil Seary, I think. That's at flyweight, and then I fought Francisco Riviera, and then Chito Vera. So for me, there wasn't many London cards when I first started. My first few my first UFC fights were in, like, a lot of them was in Sweden. I fought a couple times in Sweden, and then my first UK UFC was my debut. I was in Birmingham, and then the one after that was in Nottingham. So I didn't fight in UFC London for a long time.
So that's the weird thing, because UFC used to do loads in like Sweden, Denmark, Amsterdam. Now it just seems to be the States, Abu Dhabi.
You're right, yeah. I thought about it. They haven't
when
gone,
was the last time they did
haven't
like
gone
Denmark?
to Sweden for a long time.
Poland?
In Europe, they haven't gone anywhere else really, bar England and France.
I remember Glasgow show they done. Ireland.
Years ago. Ireland. They haven't
They
gone
do
back
Ireland
there
as well?
They did do Ireland.
When McGregor fought Brendan Brow. Not Brendan Brow.
Diego Brandao.
Yeah. Same.
That was a great. That was mental. Yeah, because
you fought on it, didn't you?
I thought I was on that card as well. So there's quite a funny story on that. So like, McGregor was winding up Brandao so much, like before the fight and all that sort of stuff. So they do like the weigh-ins, right? And even at the weigh-ins, he was like chatting. He was chatting to Brandao before they went out, and he was going on and on and on. And you see Brandao just getting pissed. Right, and then Joe afterwards, you've been there now. Afterwards, Dana White brings all the fighters backstage and goes, right, this is the bonuses and all that stuff. He came backstage, right, and McGregor started saying one thing. Brendan picks up a big water bottle and goes, "Fuck you, you Virgin," and throws this water bottle, and it literally just missed McGregor's head, and he hit like a iron sheet thing, like what you put on windows, or like it was a bar,
like a shutter.
Yeah, shutter, yeah. Smashed that, made the loudest noise ever. McGregor just went, and he just shut up, and Brandao was going crazy.
Oh, McGregor backed down.
Oh yeah, 100%. He just went, okay, right. I think I pushed him a bit too much.
I remember Diego being a bit nut.
No, he was crazy
in the Ultimate Fighter.
Brandao was
He
crazy.
said to Marcus Brimage, I'm sure he said, "I'll kill you or I'll stab you" or something like that. It was like,
he was crazy. He always been crazy. I like Brandao as well. But I remember that McGregor was okay. I think I pushed him too much now. I'm going to let that one slide. Yeah. Also, there's no security at that point, is there?
No.
When you go back there, there's literally Dana White. So
no cornermen aren't even there, are they?
No cornermen. And that's what I mean. So no fighters were going to get involved, really. But
just cut away.
Boom. And they just threw it, and they literally, everyone just went, whoa. They literally, he went so quiet. That was quite funny. Yeah.
How was China?
China was sick. Like, it was literally like a movie. Do you know what I mean? Like,
because Macau, is Macau in China, or is that separate? Is it like saying Ireland and England?
If you ask my mum, she would say it's not Chinese, but it's like,
Because
imagine Hong Kong.
Hong Kong's his own country now, isn't it?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
So it's technically like part of Hong Kong. So it's like
Right.
Hong Kong, and then you get a ferry, like a 30-minute ferry to Macau.
Right.
Is it like a little island then?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
How did you
Well,
find that?
Yeah, it was sick. I didn't.
Is it the first time you've ever been to China?
Yeah.
Even though you're like half Chinese.
Yeah. First time I've ever been to China.
Okay.
So like experience everything for the first time was quite cool in itself.
Yeah.
And then fighting there is sick.
How long were you there before your fight?
So I got there early. I got there on like the Saturday or the Sunday before. So like a week before.
Were you not me being in a place like that? I'd be quite worried about what I'm eating. Were you like?
UFCs give you food, don't they?
So they do from the Tuesday.
I'm talking about your days where they usually just feed you.
Right,
Back in my days,
back in
you
like
had to
1990,
source. You had to go source what you're trying to find to eat and supply, and it can be stressful if you went to a country like that. But I forgot you have.
I actually did experience that. So my first couple UFC fights, there wasn't food.
Yeah, okay.
So it was like, right, they took you to like a supermarket and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so you go for the supermarket runs.
To be fair though, because they only start supplying you from when you get there for fight week, which is on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
So like the few days before, I had this little like portable cooker, and I was cooking everything in my hotel room. It stunk up the whole hotel room, but it's so bad.
That's what we used to do back in the day. A lot of people would think, like nowadays, I'll probably take an air fryer with me or something like that. You know, like, back then people used to take their own little pots and pans and just.
I remember my UFC debut
in
was in McDonald's because I could get a salad and there was a McDonald's in the Walmart, but Walmart did boiled eggs, and then McDonald's I'd get the salad.
Okay.
So I'd get the salad and have boiled eggs, and then my dad and Mickey and
I remember that.
sitting there munching like McDonald's breakfast. And
That's hate.
But as I say, I get a little fetish. So I was like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
I like smelling it, innit?
Yeah. So how does that taste, Brad? He's like, yeah, good. I was like, ooh.
Okay, so let's get kind of going off a bit of topic. So the topic was obviously UFC London. For me, obviously, I'm born and bred in London. I was born in East London, in Whitechapel. So fighting in London for me was always such a special thing. You know, like I love the O2. There's a lot of moments for me. I started my career, obviously retiring in front of my home crowd, putting my hat down there. So even now, when I go to London, even when I was calling you, I do just feel it's quite emotional. I have a lot of great memories in there. And now you also have had a lot of great memories. You're actually unbeaten on home soil, you know? So that's...
And obviously what people forget is I fought on Cage Warriors at the O2 Indigo 3 times. And for anyone that doesn't know what the O2 Indigo is, it's a venue inside the O2, so a small one. So you go inside the O2, obviously you've got all your shops and your foods, restaurants, whatever. You've got a door that goes into the Indigo, which is, I think, about 2,500 people. Lonnie's fought in there on Cage Warriors. Obviously, I became the first Cage Warriors London champ in the O2 Indigo. Defended the belt twice. Then obviously got to the UFC, fought 3 times in the actual O2, which is in the same building, but obviously 20,000.
But also same for you, like when you signed to the UFC, like when I did, like even though my first fight was in England, but it was in Birmingham, it took a long time for me to actually fight in London. The same with yourself. When you first three or four
in
fights,
America,
in America.
So I remember that because my debut was in New York, and that was, I think, the week after the Liverpool card. So I remember being a bit like, oh, I thought I'd be on the Liverpool card. And then obviously when I fought in the O2 London, it was kind of like, what's the word? You know, that sort of
it's
proud moment.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm undefeated in the O2. So if you count the O2 Indigo, that's 6 fights in the O2, undefeated, ready to go 7-0.
Well, yourself with the O2, I remember seeing probably one of your first ever fights that I witnessed was against Festus.
When I was like 14 years old. I remember that shit.
14 years old, you and Festus. And I remember, this is when I didn't know you either. And I was like, oh, these guys are studs. You know, like you and Festus, it was like a crazy fight. And I can't remember.
Who won?
I did. In there too,
Yeah, it was like, was it MMA or was that was a
kickboxing fight,
kickboxing.
yeah.
But I was still looking at this and thinking, mate, these two are so good. And they're like so young. Like he still
looks
looks
bigger than my
he
head.
Still, he still looks young now, but when he was I'm like, how's this other thing? Is he even allowed to fight? You know, like his parents know he's here. You know, but yeah. So that was what year would that be? That was on Fury, right?
Yeah,
on
2015, 14.
Was that the first time you fought in the O2?
Yeah.
So you would have been, what, 14 years old?
So I was 14, yeah. Like, looking back on it, it's crazy. Yeah.
How many times you fought in the O2? Like, obviously,
Including that cage.
that could be Cage Warriors. You only fought in Cage Warriors and Fury, yes, or you fought in the O2 as well?
Yeah, no, just Cage Warriors and Fury. So I had the Fury fight.
You had 2 in Cage Warriors in
UC
London.
MMA you had.
4 in Cage Warriors.
London.
Yeah.
Okay.
All my Cage Warrior fights were in London.
So
Oh,
what was it like
really?
going to school and your mates are like, oh, I went and like played hide and seek, and you're like, yeah, I fought in a cage.
Yeah, it was.
I'm a cage fighter.
Yeah. What did you do the weekend? I went and played dodgeball. Yeah, I went and I fought in the O2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like, people, like back then, people didn't really care that much as well.
Really?
Yeah, like
I thought
they'd
you'd
be
have
like,
all
oh
the
no,
girls
that's cool.
chasing you and
No, I wasn't that cool
Boys.
as a kid.
the boys.
I wasn't that cool as a kid. So yeah,
Still not that cool now.
I'm trying. I'm just trying to be like you, coach. I told you.
Even the teachers, imagine telling Lonnie off and he just looks at him like, what'd you say?
The teachers found it more cool than the kids did. Do you know what I mean?
But also, it's quite. For me now, obviously, from years of fighting, I do have cauliflower face and I look like I fight. Right?
No.
You're getting there now as well, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 100%.
Get out of it.
But he is,
Behave
you know,
yourself.
he's getting there now. But
Tom.
you still look very unweathered. You know, like yeah, but
Look at his ears, look at my ears.
Your ears are worse than mine.
Behave.
Let's look.
There is no way that your ears
Nah, that is
are better than mine. We can ask the camera for that.
I'll be honest. Let me look at you again. Your left
mangled.
ear is worse than your right. That's
Yeah.
what yours.
My left's worse than my right. That's the worst one. There's nothing on it.
Yeah.
I don't get hit.
But yours are bigger, so it stands out more.
My nose is big.
Where he has the old school like curtains. He tries to cover up a little.
The
bit.
nose was it used to be
Nose,
nice.
yeah,
It used to
come
be
on.
nice and thin.
What a bad nose he has.
You, I was gonna say, yeah.
What a terrible
Stones in
nose.
glass houses and all that. Yeah, it's been broken 3 or 4 times, I think now. So I can still breathe though.
I've only broken my nose once.
Yeah.
No way, that's only one break.
And I was
It was born like it's born
playing
like that.
basketball.
It's born like
I
that.
saw a picture of you the other day in a UFC cage, your nose is sideways. 100%.
It's sideways now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
I
changed?
broke my nose when I was 19 playing basketball.
No, but I mean in the fight, you had broken.
No. Well,
It probably just
swear
it was probably
I swear
swollen.
to God. But look, if you feel my nose, like it's like, see all that bit, it's all just cartilage, right? Feel that part. Hey!
Fucking
Well,
got me.
no, but it's just like, if I do this aside, it's just like, this is what happens with most people in their nose. If I do your nose here, yours is going to be a bit softer.
Mine's
Yours-
flat. Mine was squashed down.
From years of punching, your nose just gets conditioned and this part flattens down. The bit about the bone here, it's just been
You
decimated.
got a
It's just-
squishy nose, didn't you? Like you know those little drumstick sweets where you just
I feel like that's my secret weapon. That's why my nose it just squishes
yeah,
down.
same me. You punched me.
It's like a little like.
I actually got offered to do some modelling not that long ago.
Oh,
and,
behave.
It was
What,
a diesel
Farmers Weekly.
diesel campaign. Got asked, but then it kind of just fell through. So
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, they
it fell
looked at you
through.
like-
Yeah, they chased up and I look at him.
they sold the dream, man. I was like, yeah, I can get decent pay for it as well. It came to it, and they were like, we obviously
Yeah.
realised
They said you got a
they
face for
needed
radio.
someone not as good looking. So
They said you had a face for radio.
I did send them your number, but imagine this though, right? This is I shouldn't even really say this to people. Went to the butchers the other day. Brad knows the butchers, and anyway, gone in there. Hello, mate. You alright? Yeah, cool. And then one of them's come out the back and gone, yeah. So you Brad Pickett? I was like, imagine getting mistaken.
I could
But
trump that.
bearing in mind, it's not just the cauliflower face. He's 14 years older than me. So I turned around and said to the bloke, I went, I'm not Brad Pickett, man. I was thinking, I'll fucking chin you for that.
Do you want to do the worst one? My worst one, right? So basically, I just retired in UFC. So literally, it's like, I'm still a UFC fighter technically, right? But I literally just retired.
What year?
2017,
Okay.
right? So I've literally retired, right? So I go into B&Q, right?
one.
I'm into B&Q, and guy goes, I know you. And I was like, eh? You're that Nathaniel Woods coach. And I'm like,
How the mighty
I'm
have
like-
fallen.
I'm like, wow, like you know me as Nathaniel Woods coach, and this was when he was still in Cage Warriors, you know, like so it wasn't like I'm like I'm literally just retired from the UFC, and I'm like,
Kind of a big
oh
deal.
my god, I've
Big time for the
literally
job.
forgotten
Kind
about
of a big
already.
deal,
you know, like,
guys.
just nail the coffin and ship me out, you know, like I'm done, you know, like put me in the glue house, just like I'm an old horse, just gonna get put
Kind
down.
of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Even now, if you go and Tom, we'll have to get a little footage later just so people can understand. We've got some new pictures, new artwork in the gym. We've got a picture of Lonnie Kavanagh now in the UFC, and we've got 2 of me.
Right. This is why I'm such a giving, nice person. I swear to God, they wanted some pictures of me, right? And I said to them, no, put current fighters. It just makes more sense, you know? Because
what actually happened was they said, you've got a face for radio. We're going to go with Nathaniel.
No, to be fair, I've got some really good pictures of me uppercutting people. Yeah, it's great pictures. But I did say to him, look,
do you believe that, Lon?
Give someone else a bit more props, you know, like, you know.
Give Nathaniel 2. Could have had one of you, one of me, one of Lon.
True.
Why does he get 2?
Because you only just got in the UFC, kid.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
He's got bigger ego. I need to.
As this video is going to be called, we've got the past, the present, and the future.
Yeah.
Your time's yet to come. Yeah. Padawan.
Yes, sensei. Yes, sensei.
So I'm Yoda. You're like a Luke Skywalker, and you're Ahsoka.
Is it bad that I don't know who Ahsoka is?
If you don't know, yeah, you probably.
Wait, what do they call the things under the younglings? Younglings.
No,
He's a youngling.
So I'm like the Master Jedi. You're just turned.
You are the one with the electric.
Wait, did I get? I can't remember.
With the black hood and Darth Vader's father.
the red dude.
The Empire.
No,
red
not Darth
dude.
Vader's father.
He has the double sword.
The Emperor.
Yeah, the Emperor. That's Brad. At GB Top Team, when everyone's being naughty and they're coming in late, and he's there just like punishments, clean the mats. In his little office with his feet up on the table. Yeah.
But what's mad is I've seen you both fight in UFC London at the O2. So I saw your retirement fight.
Was that the first time you ever
That was,
first event in London?
yeah, that was the first time. I think that was my second ever UFC event
What was your first one?
in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Vancouver.
Who was fighting on that one?
I don't
GSP?
remember who was fighting. Pardon?
Was it GSP?
No, it was one of the girls. I think it was when
One of the
Holly
girls.
Yeah,
Holly Holm versus
maybe Ronda Rousey or
Ronda
something like that.
Rousey?
Yeah, that was Canada.
Like a
wasn't
big
Yeah, I
one
think so. Yeah.
where someone got knocked out and it was like, oh shit moment.
Oh, that when Holly Holm kicked.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's
that
one of the biggest moments in female.
and Lonnie
MMA
don't even
ever.
remember.
He can't even remember it.
I get hit in the head. Sorry. And then the second one was when I watched you fight and retire with
Yeah,
your hat
brilliant, nice.
in the
Brilliant,
cage.
yeah. Everyone remembers that. I remember you fighting when you retired.
But I was at that, so it was
Yeah,
quite cool
so
to
how
watch.
old are you at that age?
So
how
when
old
was
are you
that?
at that age? That
2017.
makes no
I would
sense.
have been like 18.
Okay.
18. And then I watched 2 of your UFC fights
Hey,
in London.
we were training at that point on.
Yeah, so we were training. So that's why I was so invested to
Okay.
I've got to go and watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember the first time we sparred?
Yeah. This guy
I'll
slammed
tell
me
you,
really hard.
the best thing about the O2, right? The weigh-ins. Now, the reason being, because every fight you ever have, there's an atmosphere, right? If you win, people cheer, whether they know you or not. If you lose, people cheer the other guy, or they boo you, or whatever. But when I first fought the O2, I've obviously fought in the States, the weigh-ins, there's a big crowd, but not really anyone's cheering. You know, we've got the England flag. Why are they going to cheer me? Do you know what I mean? Come to England, and you've got your face-off with your opponent the day before, and the crowd obviously are backing you. That's a proud moment. So
I've never actually done like an official weigh-in, like as in.
That's what
so
I
that'd
mean.
be
So
sick,
like
yeah.
obviously when you've done Cage Warriors weigh-ins, there's no crowd there,
They
right?
didn't do a ceremonial weigh-in. That's what it is.
No, yeah, ceremonial one. They never did one in China. We just
why
did
is that?
one.
Face-offs,
We did
yeah.
a face-off, but we didn't do a weigh-in.
And they don't do it on contenders either.
No,
No.
we just did a
Yeah.
face-off.
So for my New York debut, they done the same thing. It was just a small show. There was only like the cameras and stuff, and that was it. And then obviously the ceremonial weigh-ins, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's
I'm looking
where
forward to that.
it's where you feel like I've got an army behind me.
Yeah,
Obviously, like I say, fight night, everyone's cheering. They don't even know who you necessarily are, and they're cheering. But when you've got the weigh-ins, you're like, mate, the fight's not even till tomorrow, and your opponent's facing you. And I think it might have been Jose Quinones. There was one of them, they booed the hell out of him, and then I come out and they cheered, and it was like, man, that was special. You know,
That's
it gives you that kind of like goosebump feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
And then obviously, you know, it's like on fight day, you don't even think about the crowd. You're just too busy focused on the fight. But the day before, you kind of take it in and you're like, yes, go.
Yeah.
You know,
you
it's
ever nervous about tripping on the stairs on the way up?
I do a little bit,
Yeah.
but then I always get nervous that Brad's going to fall over and make himself look silly. Because you
'Cause you're
tripped up
coach,
one of
yeah.
them. You tripped up on one of them. And
Did
then,
I? Okay.
and then ever since, I've been nervous that you're going to fall over and
I
really hurt
tripped, I
yourself.
tripped up.
You was
for
filming
yours.
me and you sort of
Oh
tripped.
yeah, so I was filming. Yeah, yeah.
And I always get a bit worried now that he's... But then I get worried about falling down the steps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just about injuries and stuff. But yeah, it's that's probably one of my best moments. Not even after a fight, like in general, my whole career, the UFC weigh-ins for the first London O2, that was like, wow. You know,
Yeah, I remember that. So for me, it's like I used to do the old school weigh-ins where you actually don't physically weigh in till 4 o'clock. You know, like
Yeah.
you're dehydrated all that time. So you know, like you get the emotion on the scale where you get up on the scale and you go, whatever. They're genuinely like,
You're doing that.
am I on weight or not on weight? And you look
Yeah.
in and you're like, yeah, you know, like it's
Yeah.
way more emotion.
How does it go?
You know your reference to that dark guy with the.
Yes, that's it.
Burst
That's
of
it.
blood vessel. But anyway,
Zero
so like,
red, look.
yeah, but I mean, I've been like, for me, they've done it in the O2 a few times, the same as you've done it with you. But one of the good ones they've done for me was actually one I fought Neil Siri. They've done it outside in the O2, but outside in the not in the arena
Oh,
part.
really?
Yeah, and it was really
So
cool.
anyone outside the restaurants can just...
Yeah, it was like all that, but it was in that area, in the
Yeah,
restaurant
yeah.
area. Everyone, it was packed. You know, that was a really cool one. One of the you won't see it on camera. One of the best weigh-ins I went to was this one. If you
Conor
can see
McGregor
that.
ones, wasn't it?
That's it.
Was that Ireland?
No, that was in the. This was mental.
That's a weigh-in.
That's a weigh-in,
That's
right?
Let me see.
Right. So like, it was mental. It was.
Where was that?
That's in Vegas. Whereas-
That's Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. That was when McGregor fought.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know you. So, anyways, about the two pictures, yeah, he's so predictable. That was a weigh-in when Chad Mendes fought McGregor, and this is where like you kind of realise the star power McGregor had. Where this is a weigh-in in Vegas, and he was rammed of Irish people. You know, mate, it was crazy. I just remember weighing it, and I was like, oh my god, this is mental. It was like 8,000 people for a weigh-in.
Reminded me of like Ricky Hatton back when he was
Yeah,
boxing.
I mean, great. I mean, when you have, you know, some of the star power where a lot of, this is the thing where Irish people are way more patriotic, but you're kind of like
I'm half Irish.
half
Yeah,
Irish. Do you have the Irish fan? Do you have like, I'm asking you.
You're not actually English at all, are you?
Yeah. No, I was just born here.
That's amazing English
The
then.
London fans, don't cheer him.
No, but he
I was
is,
born here.
I'm only
he
joking.
is technically you are English then.
Yeah.
So, but you're
Half Chinese, half Irish, born
No.
in England.
Yeah.
no, you can't. No,
Born
no,
and
but
raised in
no,
England.
he's not. So this is what he is. He's quarter Chinese,
Yeah.
quarter Irish, half English. You're half where you're from.
Nah, but if you go,
Yes,
where's your mum and dad from?
My mum's fully Chinese.
Yeah.
My dad's fully Irish.
There you
So
go.
that's quarter.
No.
No, that's
Yep.
half. Technically, what
You
makes me
can't
half is
have
half.
3 halves, can you? Right?
No, but-
If you look at a pie, you're half of where you're from, right? So if your mum, say you were born in China and your mum was
If I
Chinese,
get-
and you're born in China
Brad?
and your dad's Irish, you're 3/4 Chinese, 1/4 Irish.
If I get
That's
a
how I-
German Shepherd and I breed it with a Rottweiler, what is it? Half German Shepherd, half Rottweiler.
Mess.
Doesn't matter where I bred it.
He's got a point.
No. Because he has not just if he was he mixing a you're talking about nationalities though.
See what I got
It's
to put up
different.
with?
No,
See what I got to put up with?
No, nationalities is different. It's different. You're talking about just a breed, like
No, I'm just saying, like, it's half Rottweiler, half German Shepherd. He's half Irish, half Chinese, but he was born in England, so he
He's
talks
English.
fully English.
he's English. What's your passport?
British.
Yeah, but we're not talking about what's the DNA.
If you're going to represent a country,
DNA or genes or-
say you play football, you play football for
Yeah, but
England.
he's
Yeah, but does it make you from that country? Like,
you are.
But he's genes.
You've only literally first time fought in China.
He's
It's the first time you went to
genes.
China.
He's
You
DNA.
guys Chinese.
It's in
Okay,
my-
ready?
it's in
What's
my
stop?
blood,
Okay,
though.
right. Speak some Chinese.
ni hao. Shit,
So,
shit. I can say anything and you would not know.
No. Okay, right. You know,
Hey, Siri.
we're not here. Just say, hello. My name is Lloyd Cavanagh, and I was.
That's not my name, though. I can't say that.
Cavanagh.
I can't say that. It's not my name.
Yeah. Hello. My name's Lon. I was born in China.
Hello? No, Mike's broken.
Exactly. He's as Chinese as I am.
But I'm talking
What's your
about.
favourite Chinese dish?
But if he done a blood
Suicide
test,
chicken.
Yeah, see, it's as English as they
But
come. My favorite Chinese dish is sweet and sour chicken Hong Kong style. You know, like, it's as English as
sweet
they
and sour
come.
chicken is the one though.
Yeah, I do. I love a sweet and sour chicken. Do you have it like with the? Do you like sweet and sour chicken balls?
Nah.
Yeah, I like both of them. Do you know what the game changer is? Sweet and sour chicken balls. Dip it in hoisin sauce. You know what you get with half a duck. Yeah. Lovely. Then you get the sweet and sour chicken Hong Kong style. Mix that in with the egg fried rice, a bit of chicken chow mein,
Live it
seaweed.
with a bowl of the Chianti.
Obviously, I don't have pork anymore, so I don't eat the ribs or anything like that. A bit of crispy
you have
seaweed.
beef ribs.
Yeah, they never really do them at the Chinese where I go.
Okay.
Satay chicken, bosh, nice little starter. And do you know what I do actually? I don't really like prawns, but I do like prawn toast. So a bit of prawn toast.
Prawn
as
toast is
well.
alright.
Yeah, and then the
thing-
desserts.
thing-
The
thing
desserts
with
in
the
the
Chi-
Chinese
thing with the
restaurants are always
Chinese,
poo.
I do like
literally-
dim sum though. I like dumplings. And,
Dim sum.
Yeah.
You can tell we can tell we're making weight.
Oh yeah, good. That's not far out now. You literally.
10 days.
He's one of the guys. I used to know Dustin Poirier was massive on this. Right. I never did it. I never got it. But he's always watches like
I watch
food channels.
Yeah, I do that.
Do you do that? Like you literally.
Yes, but
food
now that I've
porn?
gone to featherweight,
Yeah,
not
see,
as hard.
I never did that. Yeah, I used to have a crazy recurring dream always when I cut weight.
wet dream.
No, I wish that would help me cut weight.
Nick.
That would help me cut weight. That's Nick Bagley. No, so like weirdly, it's the same one, right? Where do you ever know a thing called Crystal Light? If you're in America, you know what Crystal
Light?
Is. Yeah. No. It's like a powder you would add to your water to make it taste nice.
Yeah.
Right, just like a bit like cordial, right? You bit of squash, kind of that. I used to have a dream that I had a bucket of this, and it's the same dream. I used to have it all the time, and I'd throw a whole bucket in a swimming pool, and I'd be swimming in it, and I could drink and swim, go under, and that's it. I had the same dream, literally every time I was on cutting weight.
And you wake up, you're like, oh.
It sucked.
it can't-
It sucked that
Do you know
bad.
what? I don't really like beer, but I used to always
The beer drinks,
crave a beer.
No, because you
When I was cutting
see
weight.
the beer adverts on TV,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and you have it, and they have the
It
bit
looks
of
cold,
yeah,
it's not
cold, and
fresh,
you see the little bit of it just trickling down the stem of the. You're like, oh my god, this looks
Do you know
amazing.
what does it for me? Yeah, like I feel like when I'm cutting weight, they release the nicest stuff. Like KFC is doing that double thing, whatever it is, and you just see it on like a little poster.
You smell food a
I'll
mile
tell
away.
you what, right? This happened to me every time at bantamweight. Cutting weight, the wife, she's eating all these takeaways, getting donuts, doing whatever, just living her best life. All my pals are meeting up, going to the pub, going to the restaurant, going for dinner.
When you said meeting up, I thought you meant eating meat, but you're gone.
I can't do none of it. And then I have my fight. I'm like, all right, guys, let's go. And they're like, no, I'm on a diet now. And the missus is like, oh, we're not stocking the fridge up with shit food anymore. And and I'm sitting there like, you're fucking joking, ain't you? And I remember that there was one time I went to Krispy Kreme's on my own and got like a massive plate. I usually would ring you up, wouldn't I? But like, do you want to get some Krispy Kremes?
I do get that though. You
No
know
one
when you
wants
want
to
to
do
eat
it,
shit,
yeah.
you want everyone around you to eat shit
Yes,
with you.
100%. Everyone's like, no, man, we're dieting now and I've got no money to go out tonight. And I'm sitting there thinking, how? You lot have set me up with this. But
But
I got
you
you,
know,
bro. After the
talking
fight-
about the alcohol
Okay.
thing, you know that there's a lot of people now. I know that Ilya Tapori did it as well.
Drinks
Will drinks
yeah, I
wine.
don't get that.
But no, because it's dehydrated. When you ever had a night out where you're drunk a lot, but you
Now
wake
he's gone
up,
up a weight.
you wake up in the morning and you feel really
Yeah,
dehydrated.
but when you've had loads of alcohol,
Yeah, I don't
Got a
know.
glass
I don't know,
of
but
wine,
apparently
surely.
he done it and like, fucking.
I always think if it ain't
not
broke,
works,
if
yeah.
it ain't
Yeah,
broke,
yeah.
don't fix it. But then if you're moving up a weight, maybe you should have tried it without the red one. UFC London, the biggest thing for me, life goes on as normal. Me personally, I wake up in my own bed. I'll go to the UFC hotel and do whatever I've got to do, the check-in and the face-offs and the weigh-ins. Then I go back home. I go for dinner with my friends, my family, go to bed in my bed, wake up.
It's normal.
Walk the dog, just stick to the normal basics. And then, what's the time? Better head over to the UFC, have a fight with someone. And then after Charles Rosa, me, Brad, Dad and Ashley Cornerman, we're back in Malden, eating KFC, just chill, just normal. Obviously, when you go abroad, unless all your family and friends are coming out there, you miss your family and friends, you don't know where you're going, you kind of think, should I be going out for a party, should I be doing this? It's a bit all over the place sometimes, I think. So for me, London is the one. I get home after I fought Charles Rosa that time. It was early, it was about 6 o'clock. I got home, must have been about 9 o'clock. My dog on the sofa with a cup of tea. The wife was still at the venue, obviously, watching the rest of the fights with her mates drinking. I was in bed at about 11:30. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's because now what they do is which I do feel bad for you guys because you can't do it, which is fine for me. But after my fights, I could go in the crowd.
Yeah.
I go in the crowd, see my friends, and it was quite cool. I used to do that. I remember after my debut fight in Birmingham, I actually had an after party in the venue. We just hired out a hall and we all went there, and it's quite cool to do that. Where now, literally, you just shipped and you're sent off. So a little bit annoying that you can't see.
Even things like after the Andre Feely fight, I had to go to hospital because I broke my orbital. I know where the hospital is, my little local hospital. I went there, you know, check in, everything's normal. Whereas obviously when you're abroad, it's like, right, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Like being able to sleep in my own bed, wake up, see my mum in the morning, go for a little walk, and then
It's
in
normality.
the evening.
It's normality.
Yeah.
But it works two ways. Isn't it? Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I did like traveling and fighting.
You did, yeah.
Because I'm there for I'm there for a job. You know, I'm a professional athlete, and this is my job. You know, so I'm there. I can switch on. I'm doing what I'm doing.
And this is the counter.
I'm there. It's business. It's business. You know.
Yeah,
So with me, my mind's at home.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, how's the dog getting on? Is the wife managing all right? Because I've got a hectic dog. How's my daughter doing? You know, obviously I fought in Manchester, but I had to sleep over there. I was sitting there, my daughter was ill. So on the fight day, my wife had to take her to A&E. Luckily, she was fine. I'm sitting there thinking about my daughter now.
Yeah,
you know?
of course,
she's like, look, I don't want to tell you this because it's fight day, but I'm taking her to A&E because she knows I'll be angry if she didn't tell me. And now I'm not there. Whereas when I'm at London, I'm like, boom, everything.
I don't know. I don't know if I would have told you. Because you do it if you do, you do it if you don't.
Yeah, it's tricky. But she did say, look, I'm taking her just to be safe.
Yeah.
So she was like, look, it's not, you know,
but
no doctors open on
I can
Saturday.
tell them that your mind's fucking.
Yeah, and then just like, you know, I'm not comfortable in another bed. It sounds a bit, you know, but I want my wife next to me. I want my pillow. I want my duvet.
So like nothing beats sleeping in your own bed.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, like if you go to a nice hotel, it's like
Well,
it's
it's
your
You just like being awake, so you
But
play
I'm
with
not gonna lie.
PlayStation.
I honestly never slept before a fight, no matter where I slept.
Really?
I
sleep like
had
a
terrible
baby.
sleep. Terrible sleep before my fight.
I usually sleep good now, to be fair.
I don't. There's a one time I can remember I slept well, and that's when I fought Yves Gibron. For some reason, I had a really great night's sleep, and I won that fight by uppercut and knockout. But I don't think that was it. I was so used to not. Yeah, that's
It was all the sleep.
But I was so used to not ever sleeping really.
Sleep
well.
gives you
But
knockouts.
my wife slept with me that night as well. Actually, I slept in a bed. There was nice blackout blinds.
Yeah.
We actually had a good night's sleep.
It's probably it, your wife.
But normally I just wake up like this. I was sleeping, and like, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. And I'll wake up, and then I try and go back to sleep again. I'm fine. Yeah, and like I just couldn't. Yeah. And the night before, I never slept because of cutting weight.
Mixed emotions, innit? So the main advice that I would give to Lonnie in fighting in the O2, London, your hometown, enjoy it, because the atmosphere is like no other. You know, obviously you're always going to get more cheers in your own country, but in your hometown, you know, the most kind of iconic arena there is in London. Enjoy it. Soak it all up.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is always enjoy it. You know, it's been a long time coming to making your UFC home debut, kind of thing. But soak up the atmosphere. For me, I used to love the walkout. The energies, it just lifts you. You know, any sort of doubt, sort of doubts you have backstage when you walk out, everyone's there to go. Oh God, yeah, everyone cheering for you. So
What they do?
yeah.
Definitely the guy from Star Wars.
Yeah. But honestly, it'll be a great. Like Ashley always says, take your time, soak it up, enjoy it. You know, like because it is a special moment walking out in the O2.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys.
Okay, guys, so that is a quick little podcast of the good, the bad, and the ugly, or the past, the present, and the future. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and tune in March 22nd to watch myself and Lonnie put on 2 performances of the nights with Bradley Pickett in our corner. Cheers. Yes, guys, have you wanted to train with a world-class UFC fight team? Not just any team, my team, all for the price of a coffee? Now you can. At Prospect Academy, we're not just doing tutorials with my boxing coach, jiu-jitsu coach, strength conditioning coach, yoga, sports physio, you name it, we've got it. We're also doing giveaways, competitions, exclusive discount codes, and many more perks of being a member. Join now at Prospect Academy.